Just claim your space, claim your body, occupy your mind. We call in all of us into this space, from wherever we've left any bits of it, wherever we were convinced to give it away. We call on the courage within us to see the truth, to know, perceive, and be the truth, whatever that is specifically for each of us. We all have that courage. May only that which serves come into this space right now. All of our souls, all of our energies collaborating on whichever levels and dimensions that we happen to be occupying together. How many times have we been together that we choose to support each other on this walk of life and all the other ones? I welcome you in. Also welcome all your guards and guardians and guides, helpers, your ancestors who are helping you out, helping us all out, giving thanks to them for everything that they suffered and went through so that we could have the freedoms that we have today. Big ups across dimensions. In meditation before this reading, you might hear it in my voice, it's a little bit serious. I dowsed for a little minute and the words I got were demons in the mind. Have you been noticing being in one mood and then an influx of another mood? Like a freight train, like a punch in the face, like a blast of wind, a suddenly situation. Have you been noticing that? Have you been hearing negative thoughts, as in ones that you wouldn't really usually entertain? Like, why don't you just drive off into that lane over there, to that incoming traffic? Another one, someone else said to me that they were hearing on balconies, you could just jump off. No worries, just jump off. Or, no one will really miss you when you're gone. It's fine, just vanish, just go. Yeah, these are what I'm going to address today in the reading. Don't know how that's going to show up, don't know. But we're here with it, and my awareness system, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful, has been showing me this in part through others. If you know human design, I'm a projector and I learn mostly through others reflecting to me. And also through my own awareness, my own sort of spiritual detective work, and being able to have access to a beautiful community of chosen ones who kind of give me reports. Thank you guys for that, by the way. And then this way, my brain can compile things and then add to it my intuition around, okay, this is what we're going through as a whole. I see what web life is weaving for us at the moment to take notice of. Other times it's through these wonderful like divination tools, sometimes dreaming. Yeah, often through dowsing. And anyways, a repetitive message has been coming up about these thought inceptions, and the phrase has been coming up, do not let the devil into your mind. And by that, I don't mean like the devil, like the popular like Hollywood devil. Not that guy. I mean the ones of our own making, essentially. The ones that are fed into from stories and time and gathering up information that proves their existence and feeding them. Remember those little Tamagotchis? Like that. Like our own little demon-y Tamagotchis. Where we're like, we don't want you. Meanwhile, would you like to snack on my weaknesses? No, go away. It's like a weird toxic relationship. But you made me an altar in my name. It clearly says my name on here. And you're telling me to go? That you've banished me? I don't believe you. And that's often why they still believe that they can chill around little freaking parasites. Because we actually haven't really done a few things, which feels like what we're going to get into here. So if this is you and you've been having some demons in the mind, you've been letting the devil into your head, you want to claim your space. Oh, wow, bang, straight out the deck. Demonic influence. Okay, let's go. Is that where we're going, Spirit? Okay. Just so you know, you have a legion of energies that are working for you, with you. Remember the quote-unquote law here? It's if you don't ask for help, you don't really get it. If you don't open yourself to receiving, then again, you're not going to get it. It's like, how are you going to be there to collect the mail if you don't actually hit send and admit that you need it and that you're willing to have it when it does show up? So are you willing to have it? Please affirm that. Affirm that you're willing to receive your legion of guardians. Please write it down. Write it in the comments. I'm willing to receive my legion of angels. Amnesia walls are being destroyed. Damn, okay. What have we forgotten? I mean, deeply forgotten. And not even forgotten, but where has it been wiped from us? Why don't we remember our origins? Just a few more questions to just put you more into a state of existential crisis. Just kidding, I'm not trying to play with you. Decoys, watch out, comes the next one. Wow, okay, we're on a roll here. Yeah, they like to come in when you're feeling, or you're not feeling, or you advance to a state of space. Because that's when they start losing their grip on you. That's when you are winning. Though this is not a game of win and lose and all that stuff. To them it is, because that's the level that they function on. Competition, us versus them, etc. Cue the majority of the way people do relating. Family secrets. Oh, this card loves to come out these days. What do we have to remember about our family? What are we being asked to be willing to know the truth, the real true? How much have there been demonic influences coming through our families, and what family secrets are there that have actually stood in the way of us being able to completely express and blossom and bloom, or at the very least just be freaking happy? You may have had family members who don't really truly want your happiness. They'd rather you stay in a place where they can see you. One of my teachers said, you have to be willing to go above your raising. Generational curse breaker. So it's you, my dear one. You're the one that's going to break these chains, break the mold, break the story. I'm getting that this influence, these demonic influences and these negative thought forms, or whatever you want to call them, have actually rerouted your true abundance. They've got you convinced that there's not enough, that you haven't got, there's not enough love to go around specifically. And they've got you focused on what you don't have versus what you do have. Here we go. Battles are not of the flesh. Yeah. If you are aware of how many other dimensions that you are occupying right now, I wonder if you would give this one a little bit less power over you. If you are willing to be willing, at least, let's start there, to be aware that you have this backing, this fleet of angels behind you, with how much more confidence would you carry yourself? Not in disregard for the shadows or the dark forces or the energies at play within this simulacrum, but just how much more fortified would even your posture be? Your presence, how much space you're willing to occupy in a room. Honey, you're of divine origin. You're a chosen one. Next card, tried to take your light. Could have told you that. Remember, what is true for you is light. It gives you a sense of lightness. And even denser things or things that are difficult to hear can also make you feel lighter in the truth of them. So as you go along, just to flex this and check in with yourself as to what really is yours or not. Just really leave what isn't. It's not going to be for everyone, obviously. Yeah, and these thought forms have really been playing at your mind. And the thing about them is that you have a choice and you're not actually chained to them. Have you ever seen the devil card? in the tarot. There's two beings in front of someone that looks a little bit like Baphomet. And they're actually just, they got chains like around their neck. It's almost like demonic bling. I don't know, underworld kind of swag. But they're just there. They could leave. They could take that off their necks and they could walk the fuck out. But they don't. Because some part of them actually likes it. So, not calling you out, but I kind of am calling you out. Calling myself out at the same time. Where have we actually given consent to the things that would end up controlling us, and then strangely enjoyed that on some sick sort of level? Because then we've got something to solve. Then our life has purpose because we have to figure something out. We have to clear something. We have to find a way to heal it. But actually, it's just one big fat decoy. We're being asked to watch out for these decoys, especially now. Wherever your light has been taken, I want you to start calling that back to you. Even if it means that you're going to have to recognize that some of the people in your family may be withholding a bunch of stuff from you that could really set you free. They could be withholding it and you may not get it directly from them, okay? But being a generational curse breaker and a chosen one, you get to choose differently. You get to be different. You are different than them. You basically were dropped off by a spaceship. Some of you actually may have been. What is true for you will feel light. Here comes the card. A sense of expansion. Remember that tool. This is your almost foolproof way of having a feedback loop from the quantum itself in a domestic manner to get feedback. Is this correct for me? Is it true? Check in all the time. Amnesia walls are being destroyed. Yeah, you're actually more of the Empress than anything. Wherever you've been in a state of lack, an idea of lack, it wasn't yours. There's been an interference to your true abundance, to the stream that was meant for you. I'm even getting that there's some kind of generational wealth or inheritance or something of that nature that you may not even know you have waiting for you. There's something, whether or not it's in actual money or land or gold form or whatever treasure, there's something that you don't know about your level of abundance that is going to change really soon. Ooh, that feels good. Claim that if you would like that to come forward. I claim my abundance. I claim my inheritance. It seems like there's going to be some sort of flash of insight that arrives. And the more that you claim your priestess, your priest, your sacred person self, the more you go into that state of recognizing that you are the balance between heaven and earth. You are the bridge. You are the rainbow bridge. The more you get to claim and own and have access to the capacities that are given to the chosen, the more you feel the courage to just lift those chains from off your neck, or where you are also willing to ask the divine for help to lift those, because sometimes we have trouble. We have trouble lifting those ourselves. Yes, we do have the capacity, especially you being a chosen one. You have the power. You have it within your range to lift them off yourself. It's just sometimes we get really entangled. You've really wanted to be more generous of spirit, but maybe you haven't been able to because of these little demony ideas and thoughts about what the world is or isn't, or what you have and what you don't have. You may have felt a distinguished kind of offness, and this not being true for you. You feel like you should be able to give. Oh, this card is saying collective trauma wound. Yeah. To some extent, we all have this. We've grown up in a world where periodically we go through these mega worldly traumas. These wars and these separations, it's sort of etched into every generation, and we don't have the memory of there being ever a time of grace and ease where there was full freedom. Not really. And I think that's a convenient truth in a way, that we're carrying this wounding, we're bearing these crosses for so long. And that's part of the generational curse breaker thing, I believe, is to have a look at where we might be low-key affected by these bigger wounds. You know, where do you go into reaction when you can be in compassion? Where do you go into reaction when you could be neutral, or where you could go into question instead about, you know, bigger world things? On another note, were you given the space regarding your emotions to be as emotional as you were as a child? Or was it dismissed? It's interesting, this is coming up again. Increasing pleasure. So what I'm getting this time, that this increase of pleasure is, it's almost like a rebellion to the demonic influences, to those thought forms. They're playing on the fact that we let ourselves go down the route of like, oh, poor me, I'm so pathetic. Little old me, you know, I'm just like an angel walking around in a body, a meat bag. Oh, poor me, I have nothing. Meanwhile, your angel crew is like, why don't you just ask for it? Like, it's just like here. It's just chilling in the cache, ready for a download, upload, whatever you want to call it. How do you get to that? Well, one way is to increase your joy. Ding. I'm going to ding the singing bowl for a different reason. Just for, yeah. What if the purpose of life was to have fun, to enjoy? I got to tell myself that though. Yo, I get super, super serious. And I know that that's an entry point for my own little thought parasites to get in. I know that's one of my weak points, you know, so it's really good to recognize where your own can provide welcome signs to these lower level energies. Increasing your pleasure is definitely one way to raise a vibe, and they can't get in. Sophisticated mission. Oh yeah. I see you. I see you with your sophisticated mission. What is that? What is your... You might not even know that, come to think of it, because you've been looking through the eyes of the filter of these demonic thought forms at what you don't have. You don't even see that life is offering its cup to you. Yet you're a priestess. You're an empress. It's not like a Batman or woman here. You know what? The tables are going to turn for you. There's too much cycle ending, fortune is favoring, all this kind of completion of the wheel. We have actually 3 different kinds of wheels from different card sets. It's really showing the ending and the completion of one way of being, the organizing power as well. You've done a lot to get here. Wow. I salute you. I salute you for all those trials when you were just down there. You were really down there at some point. You really felt like at your wit's end, in a state of kind of mental ruin or anguish. Like they really got you a few times there, like poked you in the sore spot in your mind. Oh. And as you are coming into this middle space of being between shadow and light, bravo, by the way, you're starting to see the bounty that is being offered to you. You're starting to notice that in your hands you have some sort of mystical text. It's like you have access to knowledge and understanding and how things work just 'cause. That might sound pretty wild of a claim right now, but check in. Remember, what is right for you is true for you. Now we've got dead artists. Awesome. Did you know you're able to channel the energies, or open to the energies of masterpieces just chilling out there in the field, in the void? Would that be fun for you? I once channeled Jim Henson, who wrote The Dark Crystal. It was really hilarious. And then I Googled a bunch of the stuff that he told me, and Yeah, it ended up being like a weird kind of life coaching session. I wasn't expecting it. I was asking him on where he got his inspiration for some of the series, because I was going to attempt to write the prequel. And then they put it on Netflix. Quite interesting. Reject decoys. Okay, look here. We've got 2 decoys, and watch out for them. So all the places where you are allowing the decoys into your mind, into your heart, into your space, into your life, into your relating, into your conversation, into your, I meant to say communication, but we'll add that, into your bank account, into the way that you spend money, receive money, create in the world, all of that. Are you willing to call forward all of the sticky, dense, dark, leaden, heavy-weighted, contorted, contracted shit around that topic and bring it all into the space right now so that we can actually insert and insinuate consciousness into it and change it for everybody? Are you ready to do that? I want you to call it all into the space. Every time and place that you've allowed that, where you've consented to let the devil into your mind, where you've allowed yourself to buy into the collective trauma, where you didn't see what the family was actually doing, but there was projections around that. There was third-party influence, interference, where you had to battle, but you didn't know that you were battling on the spiritual level. Everything that is and everything that you've forgotten, all the convenient amnesia, or any place where there's been programs put in, through, and around all of you and your energetic bodies, could you please take a deep breath right now? And we're going to blast it. I'm going to count to 3. And what's going to happen is we are insinuating our energy into that space. Okay, so imagine it kind of going in and through all of it for all of us that are connecting here and dissipating it in 1, deep breath, 2, and 3. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. Through all levels and layers, all the way out to the 0 point. All the way in, all the way out. We allow and we ask for our fleet of angels and our helpers and guardians to please help dissolve this and continue to dissolve this while we rest tonight and in the days following whenever you receive this. We must watch and be aware of these projections going forward more than ever, I believe. Because if you have a sophisticated mission, my dear, until you really get to embrace that, if you're not like just having to clear all of this stuff all the time and being in decoy and like, what else do I have to heal that's not even mine, it's being projected at me, you won't get to, your Ace of Wands that's being offered. You won't get to your beginning of the new journey, which I feel for you, actually. I feel that there's travel coming in. I feel that you're going to be ignited with a new passion. The end of this trial, I guess. It's almost like a ritual, almost. Like some kind of weird humiliation ritual. But once you pass this, then you get to have a sort of sense of peace. We've got a lot of 2s here. There's a lot of balance here. Peace in the mind and equilibrium, and those little buggers, those little tricksters, they won't be allowed in, will they? Because why? You won't be the person anymore that has that density on you, in you, as you. You won't be walking as that. What else do we have to know here? This war is a psychic one. Whoa, okay, this is interesting. Someone near you is possessed. And that wanted to go right next to family secrets. So I'm seeing someone that's about to transition soon. If that's you, I'm sending you love, and may you send this person permission and love to exit stage left with ease. Someone is possessed. I'm hearing someone could be in a coma, and when their spirit is already gone and there's a new spirit there, and that spirit could be part of what's trying to come in and be a decoy. It's pretty out there. If that's not true for you, that's okay. Return to sender. Next card, family wounding. Okay, we have 2 now, and someone is possessed near you. Demonic influence. The devil card. Okay, if this isn't enough to keep your alert on, I don't know what is. Just please don't let this make you fearful of going out into the world. Like there's all these, influence. Okay, there is, but we are the chosen. Like, what's up with that? Ain't nobody messing with God's chosen ones. Right? Affirm that in the comments. I'm getting the words necessity for intimidation. And I don't mean that in the brutish way. I mean a sacred intimidation, if we can call it that, if there is such a thing. It is a willingness to be whatever is required, knowing that you have God backing you. And I don't mean in any sort of weird, religious, kind of crazy ass way, not that kind of way, in a sense that builds the grace within you, that builds the confidence and the courage and the trust essentially within you. And then you can face anything. Like, yes, it might be challenging. Yes, it might feel like your heart is breaking into a million pieces sometimes. And you may wonder, why me? What have I done? And go through all of that kind of little me, poor me stuff. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't be put through this if you couldn't handle it. You're here, remember? Generational curse breaker, family wounding, family secrets. This stuff could really be part of what's impacting your finances. I keep coming back to that for some reason. You're meant to be the empress. You're meant to be in lush gardens, reclining with a flower crown or whatever tickles your fancy. You're to be free as the fool, off on a journey, light and childlike, innocent, ready, open. You may be more of the wise one now. You may be moving towards that, but your soul is not a fresh one. Makes you sound crusty. Your crusty soul has come to battle the demons. No. Well, yeah, if it's true for you, then check it out. Okay, I just had a little interference there. Expand your energy field. Okay, check it out. When you contract, when you become one of these minute thought forms, or we buy into the inceptions, we're basically fucked. So then we have to maintain and manage being like protection and protect yourself and put a bubble of light around you. Like, can't do that. I'm going to stand there all day and try and keep a bubble of light around me. No, I would rather make myself and my field so big that nothing can stick to me. I mean, I often forget to do this, so I'm not saying that I'm always 100 on this, but as much as I can remember, and I do believe that this is what helped me survive living in big cities when I wasn't in, the jungle. If you just expand your energy field, anytime you go into a place that feels dense, or even if it doesn't, anywhere where there's a lot of people, anywhere where there's been death, or there's been, hospitals and things like that, just expand yourself so that things can't stick to you. This contributes to being greater than all of the stuff and the stories and the wounding and the traumas and the influences that would otherwise be seeking to find your dense spot. They're looking for you to be contracted. You know what I mean? They're looking for you to be shut down and doubting and I am small and little and wah. You expand out, baby. You take up the world. You go boop. It's almost like, boop, fuck you. I'm on a sophisticated mission, thank you. Peace, bitch. I have dead artists to channel. I need to increase my pleasure. Thank you very much. Decoys, peace out. Next card. Allowance is not a doormat. Yeah. Oof. Allowance is not a doormat. Let that chill in your little brainy brain for a moment. It's like, yes, let us have allowance. This rides on the willing to be intimidating thing. Yes, I can be an allowance for you being a douchebag, but I also don't appreciate, and I'm not going to allow you being that to me. So you can go and take your limited perspective of whatever that happens to be, and peace, go. Because you're also a decoy too. If I buy into your significance, then I'm then allowing myself to be dishonored in a way. So you got to check if some people in your family are playing on your generosity of spirit, on your willingness to find allowance for why they're being dicks. Like, people don't get a pass just because they're family, okay? I know it might sound so mean, but hey, we're truth bombing here. There's some stuff going on here. What am I supposed to do? I knew this was going to be a little bit intense. But hey, we're here to expand each other, right? And if I have an access point to some knowledge or truth, then I'm going to give it to you, right? And if you're willing to go with that or find where that might be true for you and you want to clear that stuff, then you're so welcome in here, you know? So a lot of people won't tell us these things. You know, most of this shit I had to find out myself, you know? Okay. Intense enough for you guys yet? I think I'll just pull one more and then so be it. What I got an idea for today was that I would start making clearing tracks for some of these readings as well, because these topics are pretty heavy. If you know me, then in my sort of, I guess, mentoring work, I work with people who have had some of these influences on them, their field, their life, their bloodlines, and I worked with darker energies to move and shift and clear those in different formats. So I can do it directly, but I thought, you know, not everybody wants to do that. They might want to do it on their own. So I may start making tracks related to the readings. If that is something that sounds good to you, please do comment underneath this track, this video, with a little firebomb, a little dragon, emoji, the new hieroglyphs. Because, yeah, it's one thing to bring it up, and yes, we can do a bunch of stuff while we're here together in the space. But it is nice to continue on with the work and get at deeper layers. Because we are like stinky human onions. You peel a layer and then you find some more. That's how good we are at this self-deception shenanigans. Okay, what else we got? Show us, show us, show us. Do not let the devil into your mind. Root chakra. Okay, this was up in the last one as well. So they may have... okay, I'm getting that they have made their way in through sexual encounters. I'm sure you can, off the top of your head. Who are you thinking of right now? Boop. That guy, that girl. Could even be from birth, to be honest, because your first inception was with your mother, you know, whether or not you were a quote-unquote natural birth or not, there was still a transference. That was your first kind of sexual encounter, really. I know it might sound weird to think of it that way, but yeah, that was your passageway. Parasitic energies. Wow. Okay. So whoever's listening to this who has a lot of stuff attached to them, you might need to actually have a session with me. I encourage reaching out to me. You can email me directly. I do clearings for this kind of thing. Sometimes we have to do it together in the sense that I need to have your agreement, and we have to bring in the intensity of both of our spirits, our dual intimidation, if you want to call it that, our willingness to step across the line and just like not let them fuck with us. Memory wiped. Oh my God. There's 2 of these. It's like double of everything in here. Double and triple. Wow. This is insane. So who did you have sex with back then? You may have been part of some weird sex cult in another time or space, dimensional reality. Take that as it resonates. You may have picked up some parasitic energies from then. So all curses and projections, you want to clear all that out too, please. I clear out all curses and parasitic energies from the root chakra, from this whole entire region, wherever they may be still there. I'm getting that somebody has an implant. I'm getting that that's actually a physical implant as well. If you have a birth control thing in there, ladies, you may want to consider if that's really true for you. Obviously not a doctor. Just check if that's blocking your flow here and if that's allowing a sort of unnatural rhythm and an unnatural disconnection, or a disconnection. Most disconnections are unnatural. Memory wiped. What if you were to remember? What is it that you know? Can you please start asking yourself that? What am I pretending not to remember or know that if I was willing to, would change this whole reality? Oof. Would allow me pleasures that I've never really allowed myself due to these collective trauma wounds around sex, around receiving. Who did you inherit this from too in your family? This curse of sexual energy. That if you were to allow more of this, how much more money can come to you? How much more synchronicity and connectivity and love and all the things that are important for you. See, they don't want this. They don't want you to have this. Why would they go to all this effort to keep it out of your memory, to keep you running around in these decoys? Why? Why would they try and take your light? Just keep her distracted. Keep him distracted. And it's got here, listen to the children. So this could have happened when you were young. I'm sorry if you had early childhood traumas, especially around anything sexual. That's a journey in itself to heal. And whatever you're unwilling to remember because it was too painful, I'm sorry for that too. You can also surrender that to your team, remember? They're here to help us clear these curses, to clear these sore spots in our soul. Remember, you're moving towards a new way of acting and behaving. You're moving towards grace. You're moving towards freely moving. How is that for something to look forward to as well? Wow. For someone here, your family is a real piece of work keeping this stuff from you. Someone even may have kept your inheritance. You may never have had access to it. Oof. Can you please claim all of your abundance in this lifetime, please? Because although it's not the main focus of being here or whatever, it sure would help to have a little bit more, right? How much more consciousness can we create if we just have a little bit more resource? These two, what happened? Deception in a relationship. Wow, okay. So someone is definitely, I'm going to ask actually my pendulum, see if we can get any specifics around who this family member might be. There's a few numbers kicking off here too, so you might want to take a look at those. You might be seeing twos. Yeah, a lot of twos, or things showing up in twos to you. And you may need to, I know this is really specific, but check with your body. You may need to drink some kind of like pomegranate juice to clear out these organs. Anything red cleans out the root chakra. Even wearing red clothing. Starting to acknowledge too where you are abundant, where you do have, instead of where you don't have. Okay, let's see. If this being, you, is ready to know and perceive this will be very specific to somebody, but who is this family member that may be influencing or where the deception is? Okay. It's spelling out cousin. Okay. Oh, this could be this life. Wait, let's check. This life or another life? This life? No. Okay, past life stuff. But often, and I'm hearing this very clear, we re-attract the same people, energies, beings in different bodies, or we re-attract them to be our family again if we haven't overcome that thing that we're meant to. Somebody break the curse already. You know, we miss too many cues throughout life and it just never really happened. Let's see what else it wants to tell us. Most High has a plan for you. Most High has a plan for you. This is that sophisticated mission. Why do I see you as some kind of like, I don't know, Bond chick or someone who's, yeah, a little bit fancy pants. I like that. I like it. There's a little bit of flirty in there. Like when the sexual energy is balanced, more of that power is claimed back. That feels delicious. Move move to a place that turns you on. Okay, well, that would explain why we have the Fool and the Wanderer in the Tao Oracle. And the Fool, as you've probably seen the Fool, he's standing at the edge of the cliff, ready to explore possibilities. And that was the last card. So that feels like you've gone through a whole thing to get to here. There's been a journey of, recognizing that there have been some demonic influences, recognizing that there's some abundance and inheritance waiting for you, that in fact you are the Empress and that you get to have that. You've noticed that in your shadow you have a tendency to look at what's not there and not see what's being offered to you, the cup that's being offered to you. But the cycles are changing right now. You're coming into more balance with yourself between light and shadow. You're starting to integrate the worlds of those light and shadowy things instead of just trying to be one or fight the other, finding a middle path to all of that. There is a completion kicking into how you've usually been doing things that have been ruining your mind state, that have been influencing your thoughts, these parasitic influences, these third-party interferences, these projections into your mind who have tried to take your light. Now you know that it's someone in your family or something in your family, something to do with something that has been purposely put aside so that you don't remember, possibly to do with money. And there's been all sorts of decoys, potentially in your root chakra, possibly since birth. Take it how it resonates. But now, once you move through this, as you reject those decoys, expand your field, recognize that your allowance does not mean that you're going to be a doormat and allow people to walk on you. You start to remember that you have a sophisticated mission, that you are the chosen. Then we see this card. Traveling, adventure, movement, coping with unfamiliarity. Okay. A pilgrimage, broaden your horizons. And number 22, grace. Adornment, bring out beauty, elegance, the outer as a reflection of the inner, charisma and self-expression. So this feels like related to increase in pleasure as well, and root chakra. And Empress. These feel very united. And there's another 2 there too. The High Priestess is 2. I saw another 2 here somewhere. Oh, on the Peace card. 2 of Swords. Yeah, so we also have a few 10s kicking around there, so ending numbers seems to be the theme these days. Let's read a little bit from the Wanderer, because there's doubles of everything. 2 again. Double. You may even have double demons. Woof. I clear both demons and their backups. Anyone who's on the bleachers, anyone who's in reserve, anyone who's behind the veil, show me it all. Anything that is hidden will be brought to the light. Comment below. May my enemies be revealed. The Wanderer. What's up? The Wanderer. I love this. 56. 'Cause I'm a wanderer. In Australia, there's the Aboriginals use the word walkabout. I love this. It's like, oh, he's gone on a walkabout. He just goes in a direction. He's gone on a bit of a self-pilgrimage. Oof. And the other one that you have, actually, which is what I opened to instead of the Wanderer, so I think I should just read this one, is pushing forward, pushing upward, 46. You could be 46 years old. You could be born on the 4th of June. This one is like 2 mushrooms. They look a little bit like Amanita muscaria, pushing up through this lovely green grass. Steady progress, gaining confidence, accepting challenges, a promotion, receiving recognition. Okay, so I mean, you can see that there is definitely progress through all of this. Yes, this family shit is heavy. Yes, being incepted by demons and thought forms and stuff is no joke. I feel you. Let's see what this card says, seeing as I open to the page. Okay. There is nothing standing in the way of your progress now. Yes, 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 yes. A great deal of preparation and change has coalesced to bring about this propitious time. Don't know if I said that right. Whatever is needed to support your best interests can be accessed easily now. Support may come from a variety of sources, and what you need will be made available with very little effort on your part. That's also grace. Just grace in receiving. Now you can appreciate all those past struggles with shady-ass family members and demons. No, I just put that bit in. That have been an essential part of your journey up to now. Go back to hell, go back from whence you came. We're going to be here a while. They have served you well by strengthening your determination to hold fast and carry on. Yes, now I know how to punch a motherfucker in the spirit guts. This empowered inner sense is essential to achieving true success. The possibility of realizing a long-cherished dream is finally becoming a reality. It is timely to ask for help from those who are in a position to guide you. I'm over here too, if you need some help. They will be more than willing to lend an ear and offer sound advice. Don't get distracted, Decoy, by emotional euphoria that might fill your head at odd moments. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground and attend to the business of being ordinary. Though we know you are not. You are far from ordinary. You're like a diva. Anyways, the progress that has brought this time about can continue unabated if you are willing and able to stay in tune with events as they occur without getting ahead of yourself. Okay. Fair. Good advice. An extraordinary timing has been at work in the events that have transpired to create the current situation. In retrospect, it will become clear that many things you never planned or expected were instruments of a grand design that has brought you to the present circumstance. Keep your vision wide, be willing to hear what others have to say, and be supportive when others come to you for guidance. Drop any hesitations or doubt that may threaten to hold you back. They will be out of sync with the present reality and your sophisticated vision. Indulging in doubtful thinking or postponing what needs to be done would send a message that you're not ready or willing to receive what is being given to you. When others sense your reluctance, they are apt to withdraw. Doubts have a tendency to become infectious. This is the moment to reach for the stars. Be courageous and anchor yourself in the rich soil of goodwill that supports you. And accept your good fortune with gratitude. I accept my good fortune. I love it. You can, in your own style, make a difference not only for yourself, but for the world you live in. Take care to maintain a balance within yourself, in your activities, and in your relations with others. Otherwise, the present surge of enthusiasm might degenerate into a workaholic addiction. Oh yes, I think that message was for me. It's funny, I just put my hand down and it just pushed off one of the cards and it flipped over and it just says, go play. I think that was a little poke in my ribs. This would create an unfortunate imbalance, and if it happens, it needs to be addressed as soon as it's recognized. No need to push the river. No need to push the river. It's already moving swiftly, and you can enjoy the ride. The flowering that is happening now is well-deserved, and congratulations are in order. Hurrah! Now get back to work. Okay. Well, cool. Keep your field clear. I want us on the end of this to do a little bit of a clearing together, to take a few deep breaths and just clear some of the energies and entities that have sort of stepped around our perimeter right now. You may have noticed that there are some bystanders, and let's just clear those together, shall we? So take a nice deep breath. You want to expand your field out in all directions. Just take it out, count to 3, 1, 2, 3, just pop it right out to the edges of all the known galaxies, just like that. Don't even think about it. Go 1, 2, 3. Take a few nice deep cleansing breaths right into your belly. Blow out all that density, blow out what has come up. Soften into space, allow yourself to take up that expansion that you've just asked for. Breathe in. Empty it all out. Stay alert, stay expanded. Remember, this is your body, only you get to be in it. I hope this is helpful. I'm here if you need me. Peace, peace, peace.